Okay, we are back. We are talking subqueries and CTEs. Don't know what the heck a CTE is? Well, don't you worry. Today, we're going to be showing you how to do all this stuff and why this even really kind of matters. Let's get to it. All right, if you want early access to all this content for as little as $5 a month, you can become a member and you get access to these videos early. All right, let's dive into it. So, subqueries, let's start there. Okay, this is our first basic subquery where we've got a query for max sales amount from the fact internet sales where the customer key is going to be equal to the customer key on the outside on the dim customer table. Okay, so this is going to be our first one. We're basically creating an implicit group by where you don't actually see it. So we're going to run this and we're going to see if we go over here and look, we're going to see that we've got customer key. We've got the sales for each customer key here. This is something you could do with our group by. Boy, got my Nero gum. Have we talked about Nero gum? No. I'm not a They're not sponsoring anything. I just like it. It's good stuff. um, this is your first example of like a subquery of how you can query another table and get different information from that table, and inherit and build this out. Now, honestly, I would always put like inside my query. I prefer to like edit this. Well, you can't do this. What am I talking about? That's dumb. It doesn't work. So I like don't do that. Don't have customer key in there. Right. So this is how this works. This is a good example of a subquery of how you can query that table and bring that in to get that sales for a customer. Okay, it's just one example of a scalar subquery example. Okay, it queries it, gives you that information from it. Okay, now we can do a where clause inside of our subquery. So here's an example of it. Okay. So we're looking for first name, last name from dim customer where cu- customer key in select customer key from internet sales where sales amount is above $1,000. If I hit run on this, I'm going to get that information back. We're going to see all of the customers that have more than $1,000 in sales here. Okay. A real quick down and dirty example of creating a subquery with the where clause in it. Okay. Now, we can continue to iterate on this, and we could try different examples of it. So we could actually combine some of our previous expressions. So here, look, we could do select customer key count as order count from the customer key fact internet sales where the order date is greater than this. What this is in essence going to give us is that order count is the number of times customer key is going to come through here, greater than equal to 1 of 2013. If I hit run on this, boom, you could see each of these customers, how many orders they had before that. Okay. Now, as you can see, when you look at this is kind of messy, right? Like you could get it, but like it's not as straightforward and humanly readable as you'd possibly like. It can be confusing as you're looking at this, what you're going to do. And this is where a CTE or common table expression comes into play. It really starts to improve the readability of your queries, makes it easier for you to make it more complex while still making it consumable. All right. And we do that with the with statement. All right. So I'm going to show that right here. All right. So we're saying with, let me zoom in on this one, with customer sales. So I'm defining customer sales as, and the select customer key sum sales as total sales from internet sales group by customer key. Okay. So we're basically creating this query and we're defining it as customer sales. And then in a little more orderly fashion, we're going to use that calculated table here, dim customer sales. Don't do that. we're going to use that customer sales, that with customer sales, that definition. We're going to join it to the dim customer. We're going to get the customer first name and last, and then we're going to have our total sales, right? What happened? Copy. Did I not do this right? Literally, I run this stuff all the time first. Okay. I must have had the width. Oh, I had the width highlighted, so I was just running that. Okay. As you can see, I get the same results that you'd expect, where I can get by each person, I can get their total sales. Okay. Now you can combine this with all sorts of other logic. Okay. Now let's look at another example. Here's an example where we're going to be creating a ranked sales, where we're going to be generating, and we're going to be going in and creating a customer key sales amount, and then we're going to create a row number over partition customer key order by sales amount descending. Okay. What that is that is my sales rank value. So you're going to get like the highest sales and down, and then that's all defined as ranked sales. And then we're going to query ranked sales, and we're only going to look for the number one spot. Okay, so I'm going to run this, and we're going to see who has the highest sales inside our query. All right, that doesn't make sense, does it? Let's run our subquery. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. So we could see by customers keys, by sales amount, and you'll see the different sales amount that are in there. And now this would be their top sales. So that's what we're seeing here. So when we run this, we get the top sales for each customer. What was the top sale amount for each customer? Something that could be really hard to generate any other way, right? But by creating a query where we get the customer, we get the sales amount, and then we partition it by that sales amount, customer key, and order it by sales amount descending, we start to rank these values and can then, extrapolate out that top sale. You could do this in other ways. You could do this in DAX. You could do it in Power BI Desktop, visually speaking, but it's kind of really hard to do that. Inside T-SQL, it is super easy. With the CTEs question, it's really not all that bad. All right. So to recap, we can use subqueries or CTEs to basically segment our queries into different chunks that we can then manage and use in other parts of the T-SQL statement. CTEs are easier to manage and understand, especially if you're doing something that's really large and complex. Having those, because you can like string together those with statements inside your query to actually compile a whole bunch of them. The nice thing is that these are like temporary tables, kind of that last just for the duration of the query. You don't have to worry about cleaning anything out. You don't have to worry about doing any of this stuff. It's straight up, it's really pretty good. So let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this makes sense to you guys about subqueries and CTEs. In the next video, we're going to be talking about creating views and how you can use those views. And we're going to be combining a lot of the things we've been learning as part of this series into those videos. So I can't wait to get to that. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends and family, do all that good stuff. Otherwise, you have the best day. Well, not otherwise, no matter what, just have the best day ever. All right. Peace. All right, this is starting to get a little more complex on the SQL side of the house. I hope you're following along. If you're not and you need help, don't worry. I'm a consultant. I work at a consulting agency, Baker Tilly, right over here. We got people. We can help you kind of like anything that you're working on, digitally speaking. We're Fabric certified. We're happy to help you with that stuff. But if you can handle this stuff and you think you can do this stuff yourself, I fully support you. Check out this video here and this video here for more information. Hopefully that'll give you the help you need.